I think we live, right? You sure?
Yeah.
As old Dirty said, baby, are you taping? What up, bro? It's your boy, the mayor. That DJ named Ace5. We're back. Newest episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. The most inconsistent, consistently dope podcast out in the streets right now. First and foremost, need y'all to hit up that hhdgmedia.com. Check out all the firework that the homie to the right of me, the big brother Wiki Ian, has been throwing up there. Plus, we got a dope event coming October 24th. We're coming to Greensboro, North Carolina. Free movie event the day before the 35th anniversary of Crush Groove. We're going to be showing Crush Groove for free. So hit that up. Hit the page up on the events tab on hhdgmedia.com for more information. Now I throw it to my partner to the right of me.
Peace, y'all. It's Wiki. As always, open in the neighborhoods, finding all that fly music. Tonight, we got some upcoming great talent coming out of the Motor City. You might not have known about them, but you will know about them. Let me introduce.
This is true because your ass is the one that put us on, and let's keep it real. You don't fall short of putting us on the dopeness, and these two are definitely on the path to greatness. So I'm sorry I cut you off. Continue.
That's all right. Let me introduce Dango Forlaine Junii.
Peace,
y'all.
Hi.
Peace, God.
How y'all doing tonight?
And we feeling fantastic.
Come on,
Good.
man.
Hey, fantastic.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Word.
So let's start off with the new EP, Soap Tapes.
Soap tapes.
The soap tape.
Mhm.
Come on.
Whoa. Legendary.
So from what I know, y'all knocked it out in 2 nights.
Yeah.
2 nights, man. We just went in for real. Real quick, something solid, something quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cause like we because originally, the song "How You Feeling" came out, and we were just gonna leave it at that. And then I was just like, let's do another track. And so then that's when we decided to do like an entire EP. So it would have been one night, but
Facts.
Nice. And just listening to that EP alone, you could see the synergy between the two of you on every track.
Word.
How long have y'all actually been working together?
well, I met Dango last April. So it's been
Was that April?
it was April.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it was in April. So and then we didn't actually, then honestly it was instantly. Like we all just kind of clicked and then
Yeah, I think I came to your crib, right?
you have to do a track.
I was this the homie Rob, you know what I'm saying? Great producer, top
Sure.
producer, you know what I'm saying, in the city type. He introduced me to Junii, you know what I'm saying? And I think the first time I met her, like I said, I went straight to her crib and we was like working on music the first day. But it just we just blossomed from there.
Nice.
Yeah, I can tell the synergy is real easy with y'all because y'all weren't privileged to the pre-show antics. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Nothing crazy. It was all PG, 13 or 15, however you want to say it. But if you want to talk about a instant connection, only a year connected, and y'all are doing what you do. So that I salute y'all.
That's special.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was like family off the rip, man.
Yeah.
All of us really like family, and me and her connected, like, you know what I'm saying, instantly, like we said. So.
But as Ian mentioned, the new project, like tell us about it. Tell us what the influences were behind it. I mean, 2 days to do a project. I mean, just speak on that. Speak on what more went into the process besides 2 days.
Right. I'm trying to remember, so like Junie's here for, you know what I'm saying, just in town visiting, whatever. So, you know what I'm saying, we've been kicking it ever since she been, you know what I'm saying? But we was like, yo, we just gotta do some shit. You feel me? We gotta do some shit together, whatever.
Yeah, because what we heard the track, actually another artist, Third Son.
Third Son, yeah, we was at his house. What was that,
actually,
Memorial Day?
It was actually what track? It was actually a How You Feeling song, and he played the beat. And then I think maybe the night after, that's when me and Dango was like, okay, let's do something. And then we played that beat. And then after that, I looked up on YouTube, found some other beats that was produced by the same producer, which his name is Vanilla, incredible producer. And then after that, we put on How You Feeling, and then after that, we just was like, I was like, okay, let's do another one. And then we just was like, we just did the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the name came from Dango was editing the cover art, and then he had like the soap on there. We didn't have a name though, and then I was like, let's just name it soap tapes, and then just went with that.
Nice.
Everything just kind of flowed.
Yeah, it flowed very naturally.
Yeah. And did you recently find out about Vanilla, or was that you know about him for a minute?
Okay, so interestingly enough, when we was at Third Son crib and he played the beat. All right, I'm gonna let you know something about me. I got the worst fucking memory ever. Like, my memory is terrible. I don't remember what I did yesterday, the day before. But I say that to say, Third Son showed the beat, and I'm like, oh, this is hot. What the hell? Who is this dude? Turns out I knew about Vanilla like a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? It was tracks from like 2014 that I knew about, but I just didn't connect the dots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when we went off that and I started, you know what I'm saying, digging more, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know about Vanilla.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, it's been a recent revelation, you know what I'm saying, connecting the dots. But
okay,
that was a recent thing.
Nice. And I gotta shout you out for that, because you had me digging for him, and I found a lot of his work. I was going in like a whole day just listening to his work.
Yeah, you hit me with
yeah, I told you, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, my nigga did his homework. Yeah, he nice with it, you know what I'm saying? You K dude, man. Shout out Vanilla, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Now, the two of you throughout I'd say like the past 2 years, I've been seeing your name showing up on a few projects. And one of those is this right here.
Hey, look at it, come on. Hey, shout out to Straight Vegas.
Told you there's a reason why the man is called Wiki.
How'd y'all link up with Straight Bangers?
So Straight Bangers, I think the first person I seen him do something with was either All Hell YT or Left Lane Did On. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The homies out of Delaware. Shout out to all my homies in Delaware. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But I think both of them dropped projects back to back with Straight Bangers, and it was fucking classics. Like I was banging that. I still be banging that Lefty and Straight Bangers all the time. Is that Autumn Leaves too?
Yes.
And Salt, Fish, and Bakes, like that. Like, yo, like, it's just like hip hop shit. Then All Hell YT, Straight Bangers dropped too. And like, when it first came on, you just tell, like, yo, the synergy is there.
Yeah.
And I believe he reached out to me, and then also reached out to Alpha. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Ronnie Alpha, who also from Detroit, super MC producer. My home. But yeah, so he reached out to us, and then he asked, we was both doing separate projects with Straight Bangers.
Oh, okay.
We all kind of came up with the idea to do kind of like a double drop, and we dropped Detroit. I dropped Detroit. Ronnie Alpha dropped Michigan. We did that same day. Anyway, off of that, you know what I'm saying? Junii was fucking with the beat. She like, yo, this nigga nice. You know what I'm saying? And I think one night we was all at the studio, and I recorded Detroit. I think it was that night, wasn't it?
Yeah, you recorded. Yeah, you recorded stuff.
Yeah, and I was like texting the nigga, and you know what I'm saying, or one of the, you know what I'm saying, because it's a duo. I was texting one of them, and she was like, "Yo, let me talk to him.
Yeah, so I like took his phone and I just texted him and I said, "Hey, we need to work because I love what he was doing and I thought it was just really dope." And then after that, we followed each other, and then I think he checked out some of my music, and then after that, we just came up with the rest of the theme, and then that's how we got the Uma Thurman EP. Yep. Of course, being a huge fan, so he just was like, "Well, let's just name it that." So.
like the Detroit Trinity, you know what I'm saying? That nigga,
Right.
I don't know how that nigga pulled it off. He got some for all three of us though, you know what I mean?
For those that don't know, Straight Bangers is a production duo based out of the Bronx.
Bronx, BX.
Yep. They produced all of Junii's Uma Thurman. They produced all of Dango and Ronnie Alpha's Detroit, Michigan, which I both have on CD. I don't have them with me right now, but I got those two.
I'll show the people for you, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, we got the shit too.
There you go.
Come on.
There you go.
I'm sure you got a copy at your parents' house right around the corner from where I'm at right now. So this nigga got he got everything. He got everything. But while we're on the point of connections and all of that stuff right now, I want to get into like some of the. I'm sorry for the truck noise and all that, y'all, but I want to get into the start of you guys and your rapping. Like, how long have y'all been MCs?
You want to go first?
Well, originally I started off as singing. I originally started off singing.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was probably like, I don't know, 9 or 8. So it's kind of always there. And then as I got older, I eventually got into hip hop, like rapping. And then so I want to say that was probably like, I don't know, 10 or 11, somewhere around that age. So since then, I'm 22 now. So about 11 years.
And you, Dango?
Me, I mean, honestly, I've been rapping my whole life for real. Obviously not serious. You can't be serious rapping when you know what I'm saying, 6 or 7 years old. But the earliest memory I could think of, I'll always tell the story, is like, you know what I'm saying, my parents is pastors and shit like that. So I grew up in the house where moms was giving me like Christian rap CDs when it first started, like in the 90s and stuff like that. And it was a group that pioneered it. It was called Cross Movement. And I remember the earliest memory I have of me like actually trying to rap was I had a little karaoke machine with a mic. I had a tape recorder and I had a CD player, and I would record myself on tapes rapping over their lyrics. You know what I mean? And you know, so you always start with mimicking, and then I start writing my own lyrics, you know, on and off throughout high school, and then I think after my first year of college, I started taking it serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So off that there, because Junii, you mentioned you have a combination of rapping and singing, and you, Dango, you said you've been rhyming your whole life. For where y'all from, like who has been your major influences within doing this?
From where we from?
So from where we from or in general?
If it's where you're from or in general, however, whatever drew you into, like there had to be somebody. Like myself, I started DJing around 96 when my boy Flip got his first set of techniques. We used to be in his basement. So he was one of my influences as being my friend. But then listening to Hot 97, you had Red Alert. He was one of my, so that's what I'm saying. So whether it's where you're from or if it's, you know, if it's Jay-Z, Nas nonsense, you know, whatever. Who have been your major influences in music?
Okay.
I know Junii's major one.
Growing up, I think for me growing up, man, it's just like I was always surrounded by hip hop, and if I gotta name a few, you know what I'm saying, I can't name one, but if I had to name a few, obviously Cross Movement, like I said, shout out to them. But it was a lot of Jay-Z for sure. Grew up listening to DMX too. You feel me? But that's just like, you know, that's just like in the beginning stages, you feel me? So like Luda, you know what I'm saying? I was just listening to whatever was out at the time. So, but I was always around music and all types of music though, you know what I'm saying? But if we talking about personal influence, believe it or not, my mom's, man, she just pushed me to do a lot of music and shit, because she's very, you know what I'm saying, musical herself. So
that's dope. That's dope. And it's dope that you mentioned Luda. Cause yo, niggas be sleeping on Luda.
Still hating on him.
Like I used
to this day, and Ian knows exactly how I feel about Luda. Ludacris, at least his first 5 to 7 albums spit nothing whack.
Classics, bro.
Spit nothing whack.
Luda's a god in hip hop, man. Anybody say different, they're dumb. You know know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word up, word up. Now, Junii, I mean, yeah. You know what? I'll stick with this same influential question to you. Who has been your influences in singing? Was it just you growing up and just randomly harmonizing, or was it who you seen on TV, radio, mom, dad?
Yeah, honestly, like with my family, like we grew up with a lot of different types of music. Like I grew up listening to a lot of like older groups like the Temptations, the Whispers. Steely Dan is one of my inspirations. I love Steely Dan. I love Steely Dan so much. Asia is amazing. That and then what else? Sade. Erykah Badu is one of my biggest inspirations. Love her. And then like one of my main ones, Amy Winehouse. Love Amy Winehouse. She's amazing. Who else? Yeah, that's as far as singing, I would say. Jill Scott. Yeah.
Nice. Now, little fun fact for y'all, because you mentioned another one of my favorites, Steely Dan.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wanted to name my oldest daughter Asia after that album, but my wife was not having it.
That's beautiful.
Look at that connection.
Sorry.
And then hip hop wise, of course, Kendrick Lamar is my biggest inspiration hip hop wise. Kendrick.
Kendrick and Dango, of course.
No, yeah, you
nice.
But Kendrick, J. Cole, now that the list could go on. Saba, Rhapsody. Who?
No Name.
Oh, No Name.
No Name.
Yeah, it could go on forever.
Dope, bro. This is great. I mean, again, to mention all the old heads, like I know you guys are way younger than us, but you're reminding me right now of how I have my children. Now they're not singing and entertaining, nothing like that, but they're listening to the old shit in the car. Like I'm still listening to 80s stuff for whatever they're playing on the radio, R&B, stuff like that. I don't let them really, really listen to what I listen to just yet, but it's good to know that you guys have that foundation of what came before you, because that's always important no matter what walk of life we're in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now go ahead, Ian.
One thing I wanted to touch on real quick is Junii has already showcased her singing and emceeing abilities. Most recently, she started showing what she can do behind the boards.
Cookout. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say this. I started off, went into singing. Then I started production in 2014. So I've been producing since then. So and then a lot of things from I was in the duo with my brother called Better and Black, which is the music is out, but the group is no more. But I produced everything of our projects, and then I produced
heavy projects too. Y'all got to Better and Black, man. Y'all got to go do the research on that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I produced like my first 2 singles under my account, Out of Here and Long Drive. So yeah,
nice.
And the cookout was just a beat that I had, and I was just like, you know what? I found it in my email while showing him some stuff, and I was like, damn, hold on, so I just was like, I'm just gonna put it out.
So me being the semi-gear junkie, I gotta ask, what do you use?
I use Logic. I've always used Logic.
Okay.
Logic Pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Logic with what? You use like the Ableton control, MPCs. What do you use?
I have a MIDI keyboard. So I use a MIDI keyboard.
Oh, okay. Dope.
Yeah.
That simplifies everything.
Because I like to play the keys and everything, so I have that. But I do want like a machine pad to go with that.
Nice. Now, Ian, if you don't mind, I want to go into Dango's joint from this year that I listened to earlier today. 4-track project, and the title is Young Angry Black Man. Now,
yes.
I'm only assuming that this is titled in parts to what's going on within the world today. As I listen to a lot of the tracks, definitely heavily, it sounds very heavily influenced for what we've been seeing throughout the news, throughout the internet cycles. And
Yeah.
so give us a little bit about that project. And then I got a couple more things we'll spin into it off of that after that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, so Young Angry Black Man, this was the second installment of that project. And it's a project I did with Ronnie Alpha both times. So last year I dropped Young Angry Black Man 1. And it had a different feel, you know what I'm saying? I was basically talking about what was going on in my life at the time. And then this one kind of came out the blue. I wasn't expecting to do another Young Angry Black Man. That wasn't like on my radar. But like you said, given the times and what the fuck was going on at that moment, it just, you know what I'm saying, it was actually suggested by Ronnie Alpha based off of a picture that I released on Instagram. Like I was just feeling some type of way. I'm very artistic, whether it be through, I show a lot of emotion through pictures or, you know what I'm saying, artwork that I do. So I put a picture up on Instagram and Ronnie Alpha commented like, oh, Young Angry Black Man 2 on the way. And that night I was just like, fuck it, send me the beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? We hopped on FaceTime and, you know, he cycled through the beats and I'm like, yep, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I knew, you know what I'm saying, the soundscape he painted was how I was feeling. And it's crazy that we did that over FaceTime now thinking about that.
And it's interesting to even know that because my ear, as I'm listening to it, I hear that this wasn't some old school, like it wasn't recorded in the same place type of thing. It was, you know, there was certain things that it just felt raw.
Yeah.
It felt raw, like you guys put it out like almost unmastered, unmixed, but the shit worked perfect.
Love, bro.
It worked perfect because, yo, I mean, you played well to short attention spans these days. 4 tracks.
Yeah.
4 tracks. Now, I believe it was track 2. Junii, was that you singing towards the second half of the song? Or no? Because that was a woman singing or doing poetry or something.
I think so at the end on track 4 for sure. Oh, track 2 is it's a poem at the end of track 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's my blood sister. My blood sister, shout out to Toya, you know what I'm saying? I love her to death, to life, you know what I mean? Yeah, like it was actually the day I dropped it. I was just listening to everything. I'm like, yo, I need her on this project. You know what I mean? And we had never done anything together artistically, but we both, like, she's like my twin in terms of like the hip hop shit. You know what I mean? She worked for like Ebony Magazine, met a lot of, you know what I'm saying, hip hop breaks and shit, did articles. And I know that she expressed herself through art. And I said, sis, I need you to, you know what I'm saying, do some poetry for me. And I felt it fitting to go after Angry, you know what I'm saying, to kind of be like the yin and yang, you know what I mean? So
and I felt that. I totally felt that in that track, man. But again, I thank you for playing to our attention spans. Because shit is short nowadays, and you see the wave of a lot of artists nowadays going 8 to maybe 12 tracks, 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, and 12 is a stretch, you know what I mean? So I get it, you know what I mean? But yeah,
definitely.
It just happened that way because even if on the first installment, with it being 4 tracks, that one me and Ronnie Alpha actually made in the same room. Like we were sitting together. He was making the beats from scratch. I was making cover art and writing. And when I was doing that, you know, the name came to me. And then I was like, fuck it, we just do a track for each. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Angry Black Man, we just do a track for each. So, and like you said, it's working. You know what I mean? Like people are really fucking with the short shit. Me and June shit is only 3 songs, but niggas telling us it felt like an album. You know what I mean? So
but that means y'all two left your mark. That's literally what you did. For a 3-track project to grab people, like I'm sure many of people told you before, but people can tell what they're going to get within the first 30 seconds of a joint.
Mm-hmm.
And on that Young Angry Black Man 2, literally those beats that was on there, like you took me right to, yo, I'm right back in my old block over here in the neighborhood that I'm in right now. I'm in my room banging some hard, like boot camp / company flow era / like that type of vibe of music is what you hit me with. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to sit through this. And those four tracks did feel like maybe an 8-track project. Because the way track 2 sat and you split it in half with your sister, it felt like you snuck 2 tracks in there.
Wow, yeah.
And then I looked at it again. I was like, oh, shit, there's only 4.
Damn.
I was like, this kid is this is a bad boy. So salute to you.
Hey, stay tuned. We got, you know what I'm saying, I'm shooting a movie to that. You know what I mean? I dropped the scene for it on YouTube, man. So if you look up Dango Forlaine, you look up Man 2. You know what I'm saying? There's a visual for it, man. It's very touching, very moving. And I'm working with Amar Media. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Anna Amar. Great artist, great videographer. We doing a movie for that. So appreciate the love, though.
Dope. I want to throw a question before I throw it back to you, Ian. Is there anybody, any questions or anything going on in the comments on the live?
Let me check real quick.
All right. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna throw it back to Junii. Like, so now that I know, because again, I'm still getting familiar with y'all right now while we're talking. So, how much do you enjoy producing and performing on your own stuff? Like, do you feel like a disconnection of like, I don't want to rhyme or sing over my shit, or nah, this ain't it for me, I got to give it to somebody else? Or do you feel a sense of greediness sometimes, like, oh, I just made some heat and I got to do something to this?
Well, one, I really do enjoy producing. I really do enjoy it. The process, just learning. I enjoy learning as a whole, you know, so that's one thing. And then see, I always had the mindset that anything music related, I'm willing to learn it. You know, I just like to be well-rounded in all the areas of production, engineering, mixing, you know what I mean, the whole 9. So definitely that, but I enjoy writing on my own stuff. You know what I mean? Like if I'm creating it and I catch a vibe or catch an idea and I'm like, well, this is great, I really like this, then I'll write to it, you know what I mean? And then it'll just be that. But there have been moments where I do produce something and I'm like, this is so cold. But sometimes when it is cold, I'll be like, I could sell it because I think people would like it. So, or I could give it to somebody else or something like that. So I'm not really, really greedy. Like, I don't mind giving out the beats if I don't have any idea for it, you know? So,
that's a good thing to have built in you so early in the game is sometimes you might get attached to something, but then you realize it just might not fit me.
Exactly.
And it might be somebody else. So with that being said, this is my last one, so I throw it back to Ian for now. Besides Dango, who has been your favorite artist to spit on or sing or do something on one of your tracks?
Oh, well.
Well,
Well, one I can't really say now. one I can't really say now. He's definitely my next favorite. You gotta stay tuned for that one. But I would say right.
Yeah, nigga,
that I've done something with. I would say it's another artist. 2 fellow artists actually. Aquarius is her name. She's an R&B
Detroit
artist.
singer, yep. You put me onto her. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you did. I was on your SoundCloud a few months ago.
Yeah,
and I saw you shared that. Yeah.
And Nappy Debbie, which also is, I would say those 2 that I can think of right now. Yeah.
Dope. Well, like I said, y'all are educating me further on and on. So I know Ian is going to tag the hell out of me in some of those other artists too. So this is what we do. This is a family environment. We run off the motto with each one teach one, and Ian's teachings is like super Shaolin monk level hip hop with this shit. But go ahead, Ian. Go ahead.
Now, I've also noticed you got a heavy presence with working with artists from Delaware. How did that whole connection come around? Because you work with Chris Skills, Left Lane Dead like you said before. Miss Keen Halim, you did the EP Dango with him.
Mental combat plaques in the back.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
That's right.
Yo, so you know what I'm about to say. Yo, so the way I linked with the you know what I'm saying, 302 homies was actually through Ronnie Alpha. Ronnie Alpha and Chris Skills are actually like real friends, real life friends and shit.
Okay.
And you know, cause I mean I'm just gonna keep it a band. I had the part of underground that I feel like I was in was like non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Cause in Detroit, you know, there's a like one style of music that really everybody does, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying, me and what I do. So I was like, before this connection, I had no clue about Left Lane Did On and Chris Skills. And so when Ronnie, you know what I'm saying, he had sent me some of Left Lane Did On's music first. It was like Colombiana. I'm like, yo, this shit's nice, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit nice. But then like I forgot what happened. But Ronnie was like about to produce something for Left Lane Did On, right? And that ended up being Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Yeah, and so
wow.
And so that caused me to dig a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? And I was on Quantum Leap because he asked me to do a track. And you know, I became fans of like all them niggas. Like after that, I'm like, oh shit, who was Jay Nice?
Jay Nice.
Like, oh shit, who was All Hell YT? I'm like, oh shit, Chris Rap too. Then you got niggas like Stack Skrilla, you know what I'm saying, God Fahim. So it just starts to, you know, and then I met Mesquine Helene through Chris Skills on Facebook. Like Chris posted something about Skeen. It was like a Raiden shit, you know what I'm saying? Call me Raiden because I'm chopping with the thunder sound. I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? And then we hopped in the DMs, and I think me and Skeen cooked up the idea to do Mental Combat like almost a year before it dropped. So like, you know, it was like shit like that, man. It was just like boom, boom, boom. Everything happened within the last year or so. You know what I'm saying? With them niggas. But I mean, through that, niggas formed a actual, you know what I'm saying, like friendships and shit like that.
That's nice.
Me and Ronnie took a trip out there last April, actually. You know what I'm saying? We just chopped it up with all the Delaware homies.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah, I met all of them through y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, I met all of them
now, just a little side jokey joke on Delaware. Did y'all get to see Dr. Umar's school?
Oh, it's supposedly in Delaware. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just had to throw that in there, my bad.
Umar, Chance, Bobby Chance.
Donations. Gifts.
Bring that nigga to me. Okay.
So after that connection with Delaware, how long before Junii you went and collaborated with Chris
You ain't
Skills?
the only one. You ain't the only one. Skills.
Chris Skills.
Junii's on track 3 with Ill Conscious from Baltimore and Smooth.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. When did I do that? That might have been in. I don't even know because I met. It was like literally. I'm trying to see who did I meet first. I don't even know. I think it was Mesquine first. I think I worked with Mesquine first. I think this might have been before. This was before the straight. The Uma Thurman EP actually, and I got a song.
You was on there.
Yeah, I was on.
Egg Glorious.
Yep, the Egg Glorious tape. I was on there with them. And then I think shortly after that, I met Left Lane. Then I met Chris. And so we did that or whatever. It was really dope. He sent over the 2 tracks, and then we got them done. It was
Nice.
great. It was fun.
Okay. Back to Straight Bangers for one more thing.
Hey.
How did this come to be?
Oh, that's hard.
You on the track? You on the track with Shay Noah?
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, he had reached out. When did he reach out? He reached out, I want to say maybe in like July. No, it was August. Sometime in August. And he reached out and he sent over a track and he was just like, hey, it's a track that I want you to hop on. And I don't think if he told me who was on it with me. I think he just told me it was a track. Then after that, he had told me, that Shay was on there and then we had, some features on there. And then we just put the track together. He sent it and she I heard her verse and I was like, wow, Shay's dope. He's dope.
Yeah.
He's dope. And then we just wrote it and got it recorded, got it back to him and put it out.
Nice.
This
Come on.
nigga's Nardwar.
Shay and Junie collab.
Oh, man, we need to Shay
We
and
need
Junie
a
collab.
Shay and Junie collab.
Oh my god.
That's what I was gonna ask about that.
We need
Yo,
that.
but speaking of Shay, go check out our friend and friend or member of the group, from Porterhouse Records, Porterhouse Productions. My bad. They just put out an album, Steak and Potatoes. Track Avion Flu. Go check Shay Noir's verse on that joint.
For sure.
Got you. Avion Flow.
Sure.
What is it called again? The project?
Steak and Potatoes.
Okay.
The whole album. Shout out to our homegirl Nicole and the rest of her team who put that together this year. But the whole project is dope. But she's on the track with Sky Zoo and I forgot the other cat's name.
It's Eddie King.
Eddie Kane.
Yeah, Eddie King. Yeah. Go check that out. I just wanted to throw that in there. Go ahead, Ian.
Okay.
Dango, had the name Swan come to be?
Shit, man. You know, guys create their own shit, man. You know. So I really put that shit in myself. Like, so I'm gonna tell you though, like it came from me. It was around the time like, so like niggas was still saying swag and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And so like I'm an innovator and I'm my own person. I'm very individualized, bro. Everything I down to the length of my nails, nigga, it's gonna be custom. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Ronnie Alpha. Everything custom. My hats, my clothes, whatever I wear is gonna like you see me in custom shit. I see you. But so like I just don't like when a whole bunch of niggas doing it. I try to find out something else to do because I'm not everybody. Like you can't be me. You know what I'm saying? So when I start saying Swan, I started to replace that like the swag shit with Swan. You know what I'm saying? So instead of niggas being like, oh yeah, swag, I would just be like Swan. You feel me? Turn it to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nigga, we finna meet at the spot. All right, Swan. You know what I'm saying? Went from that to niggas calling me the Swan. And then I was like, shit, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I took it and ran with it. And, I mean, that's what niggas either call me fuck, my mama called me Dango. She's the one that came up with it. But niggas either call me Dango or they call me Swan. You know what I'm saying? Or they call me, if they know me for real, they call me by my last name, you know?
Okay.
And that was the perfect alley-oop, Ian, into the Swan Transfigured album.
Hey.
That joint right there, that was, I like, again, in prepping to get to know y'all, I listened to this album today. Now, I know, sorry, Junii, it was more Dango than Junii. I'm sorry. No shade. You know, no shade. But I'm listening to this joint, and I'm like, once again. She didn't even recognize. She didn't catch it. But anyway, I'm listening to the joint, and once again, you're on another vibe that I like. That was like that dark, hard shit. And I noticed the storytelling of the whole, it was all like underground. This is the devil. Like you actually, because I could tell you was doing the voices. Now I'm not trying to give nothing away, which was dope. But you gave me a vibe from that resembled what's his name? From Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Aqua Teen
Remember
Hunger
the joints? Like, remember the joints that look like the Atari characters, the pixelized joints? That's like you're doing the devil and his underling. Reminded me of them two. It reminded me of them two. But the whole fight with that, and then bringing in Baphomet, which a lot of people, you know, they have their things about it. I understand where it came from and all this, that, and third. But just give the people who didn't listen to that a peek into that project and where your mind state was in building that.
All right. First and foremost, want to give props to Tone Beats for setting the soundscape. That is one of my top 5 producers. I love that nigga on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? Me and him talk on the daily, but also his beats is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could tell a story without me splashing on them. But second gem, I'm going to say, is Ronnie Alpha did every cut scene on that joint. Ronnie Alpha played the devil's voice, the Minion's voice.
Okay.
He was the brain power behind that, and it's fucking hilarious. I thought that shit was great. But honestly, bro, that project, when I started working on it, the first single I released was Hallucinogenic Baphomet, which is very, first of all, that was very outlandish, given, like I told you, my parents is pastors and shit. So, and I don't know if you ever seen the cover art for the single, but I went there with it. You feel me? I ain't disguised shit. So just the fact that, you know, that's where I started off with, and then the very next one was Fleeting of the Lord, which had a more holy approach to it. You know, I knew the project was gonna be like bombs. You feel me?
Mm.
And if you listen to all my music, man, you know what I'm saying, 80% of it has some type of undertone, like religious undertone, and it's not really me pointing niggas in a direction, but it's me drawing correlations from Jesus to myself. You know what I mean? So what really throughout the whole album, I was telling different stories, but not only stories of Jesus, but stories of guys in general. You know what I'm saying? Like Merkaba's in Egypt and shit. Merkaba's in Egypt. That's actually my favorite track on there. You know, I'm going deep into some other shit. You feel me? This is some heavy spiritual shit, heavy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get what other niggas would call conspiracy, I consider fact type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a heavy project, man, and the story on there was amazing. You know what I mean? Battling my own devils, battling my own plagues and shit, you know. And I just appreciate Tone Beats and Ronnie Alpha for helping me make that shit come to life.
Nice.
Yeah, the joint is tough. It's fire. I found it through Apple Music. If you have it in another location, once we get towards the end, when Ian is ready to finish, you know, give us where more directly to find this stuff too. But I definitely implore all y'all to go check that joint out. It's definitely dopeness, y'all.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Swan life.
Bam.
Bang.
Now, Junii, on your on the project, sorry, Don't Stand Too Close, you showcase how easily you can go from singing to MCing. And early in the interview, you said that you started out singing. At what point, because you said that Kendrick Lamar is one of your main influences, at what point did you see that I can MC just as good as my singing skills I've been doing for all these years?
I'm trying to see, honestly, because I was always a writer, so I can start there. I was always a writer. Like, I would write poems, stories, everything is like kids, like even like 9, 8 in school. I used to just, like, English is my favorite class. Like, I was always a writer. So it's kind of like it almost just naturally flowed in there. Like, I don't even remember the turning point that really made me want to get into like emceeing, but when it happened, it just happened. And, you know, like, I just kind of stuck to it, really. I stuck to it. Like, I honestly was really nervous of singing, and I became more comfortable with rapping. So a lot of my earlier tracks is mostly just hip hop, because I was just like, I feel like I still needed a lot of work to do, you know, which is always room to grow. But yeah, and then as time went on, as I heard Kendrick Lamar for the very first time, that was like the turning moment for me, because everything we were writing about before was what we were hearing, like money, you know, this, that, and the next, going out, the clubs, even though I ain't never been to the club. But it was like, that's what we were hearing. So I was writing what was hyped at the time. And then when I heard Kendrick Lamar, that very moment, I said, oh no, because we have to change. Like, I have to write something more meaningful. Everything that I put out has to have meaning. It has to, the same way he affected me just in that moment, it give that same energy off to somebody else when it's coming from me. So
off that Kendrick, I just got one question to jump in with. What was your starting point with listening to him? I tell you, mine was Rigor Mortis.
That's one of my favorites. What was my right? That's beautiful. Because it was in 2013 when I very first, it was like 2012 or 2013, because Swimming Pools was the song on the radio at the moment that I heard. It was like really low, and I turned it up because I heard that, okay, LB might have been listening. So when I heard it, I said, what is this voice? And so I turned it up, and then it was just like, mind blown. So ever since that moment, I went back. I'm trying to remember, what did I listen to first? I might have listened to that whole album first. And then I went back to, Section 80 and then Overly Dedicated and then C4. C4 is one of my favorite projects from him in general, and mixtapes. And then after that, I just listened to his whole catalog, basically, every single song.
She know every song.
Like, I don't know by heart, like word-wise, but I've heard every single song he has out. Every single song. He's amazing.
And then now, you talking about words in knowing songs. Dango, earlier you mentioned you have a terrible memory. So what is your tools to memorizing your lyrics?
The shit I do remember is music, but I'll always remember my lyrics. y'all had a couple shows where nigga, look, hey, it was this one show where me and Alpha opened up for we did an event for like voting or some shit, like I think 2 years ago, and Royce the 5'9" was on the bill, and bro, me and Alpha like wrote 4 new songs, and we was rehearsing everything, right? Nigga, I got on stage, I forgot 2 whole songs, and I've had to freestyle 2 whole songs.
What?
I freestyled 2 whole. Hey, I got on stage like, and nigga was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, bro, nigga, I freestyled like that shit was ass. Y'all was dumb, but. So the memorization still affects me sometimes with the lyrics, but honestly, like, yo, I'll be remembering shit if it's in song from when I was 3, 4 years old. Like song is how you remember shit. So if I can hear it in a musical form, it does help me with my memory. So
That's amazing. That's amazing because you said I had to freestyle 2 whole songs at a fucking show. And I salute you on that because that's incredible, because I worked in battle rap from 2014 to 2018 when we started our company. I worked for my boys at Rare Breed Entertainment. I did camera there. And you don't understand the amount of times these cats show themselves as rappers when they fucking choke and can't do nothing off top to fill that choke.
Nothing.
That's what I said, yo, if I ever got in a battle rap and I forgot my shit, I'm just gonna go off top.
Yeah,
it ain't no time. I ain't gonna be like Tom. I'll be like, look at them stools though.
Right.
Cause I used to be behind the camera and I'm like, yo, they going in. And then it's like, come on. And then you hear the niggas in the crowd, yo, fight back, fight back. I'm like, I said, damn, time.
I said, hey, what I say? Hey, what I say?
No, they be like this, they be like, and then crossing them. They be like, no, I got it. It's like I said.
Yeah, the shirt grab. Do the shirt grab.
Right, Tom. They be like, man, Tom. Can't be mad.
This nigga still dap him up like that.
Right.
You got this. No, you don't.
And that's crazy because people remember me, bro. It been moments where I would be live and in the mode, and then suddenly my mind go blank in the middle of me rapping, and I just be like, "What the fuck?" Like that's like when I get too nervous. I could be like, "Yeah, something," and then I'll be like, sometimes I just say it, words just come out, so it just fall over, but you can tell I messed up. I be like, "Bro, what?"
Nah, but it's a special talent though to recover and get on track with that shit. So I salute
my
y'all both.
secret is when I start stumbling and like forget my lyrics, I just start freestyling old Ronnie Alpha lyrics. Like I just
really?
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I just be freestyling over it until I connect it back up.
Now that just I'm gonna throw it back to Ian after this, but that just reminded me of something. There's a close homie of ours, right? I'm not giving out his name, but he's told us this story many times. He used to tour with this artist, and he would get away with spitting other people's lyrics in other countries, and nobody knew.
What?
Yeah, like he had his shit, but he would But like how you just said, you would spit somebody else's shit in a freestyle to fill in a blank.
No.
You gotta think on your toes. You gotta think on your toes. You gotta think on your toes.
Hey.
Go ahead, Ian.
Now, the two of you are part of a collective crew called Band, Bird Ass Ninjas.
No.
Tell the people a little bit more about that crew.
Yeah, Band. It's some shit. So I was just keeping it very short because I could go into detail. So 10 years ago, I came up with some shit while I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like it was just like some designs and shit like that. But when I started rapping, I was like, yo, I need, you know what I'm saying, something to rap for real. You know what I mean? I'm like, might as well rap my own shit. So I started off with a couple homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it didn't really work out with the homies, so I was just rocking by myself. And then when linked up with like June, Ra, and the homies Miles, like Ella Next, Elijah, Third Son. So it's like a whole bunch of just the homies. We just was like doing shit on a consistent basis. It was like last time, like every Wednesday or some shit. Every Wednesday we was just linking up and just like fuck, we just finna chill, work on music, and it was like on some creative shit, and it was amazing. And for me, I'm a visionary. You feel me? Like I got a, you know what I'm saying? I got a futuristic, innovative ass mind. So I'm like, yo, how often would you get this group of individuals when it's like the dopest niggas in Detroit, literally the best female rapper, the best female producer, the best female singer in the city? You know what I'm saying?
I hate the female.
And I know I was about to say, regardless of the female part, she's still the top in the city at all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just want to add the female part just because, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the ladies out there. I mean,
gang.
But when you have her, you have Ronnie Alpha, like top one of two. I put him and Ra like 1A and 1B, you feel me? But Ronnie Alpha, best rapper, best producer in the city. Ra, best producer in the city. Me, one of the best rappers in the city, you know what I'm saying? And all that shit. I'm like, fuck it, nigga. Like, I already have something with a name on it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas might as well just, you know what I'm saying, group up and shit.
Right.
So, I mean, niggas was down. Niggas wasn't opposed to it. And I appreciate them, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's just like really a family. No matter what the name is or whatever niggas call it, you know, it's just really a family of niggas that we really be hanging out on a daily basis and really kicking it, living life together, but also doing music together. So we just actually came back from a weekend trip in Ludington, like, you know what I'm saying, like up north in Michigan, you know what I mean? And we just took the weekend to just hang out and create. And I mean, that was the first time we all really been together since the pandemic.
That's dope. Creating with your friends is always a thing. And a little fun fact for y'all too. Me and Ian known each other since damn near birth, because our parents were best friends. So as you said, like, you know, what better to create with? Like, what better to own a company with than one of your fucking family members?
That's beautiful, bro. That's fucking, look, watch this, bro. I'm a Zoom pro. Look at this. Wow. Come on. Black business. I love it.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Ian.
Oh, y'all skateboarders too?
I don't know. I just need a picture.
Come on.
It took me so long to get on there and say because I was so scared I was going to.
I'm scared as hell. Was she shaking on that picture?
But I look sweet. I look like I've been skating.
Yo, so like, like this summer we picked back up skate because I don't know. Me and the homies, like some of us, we used to like skate when we was younger. But you know, niggas weren't really good. You feel me? Like niggas had skate. I think I had my skateboard when I was somewhere between 5 and 10. But you know, I may have thought I was decent, but like when I really got back on that bitch, I'm like, oh shit, this shit way different. But this summer, that was like the goal. I was like, niggas finna start skateboarding. So me and Alpha one day just went and got some boards, And nigga, we hit the skate park the next day. Was like, oh, this shit really real. And, you know, but we've been trying to get everybody back into skateboarding because everybody really grew up on Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, and shit. So, but the wave is coming. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
ever since we've been doing it, niggas like, oh, nigga, I need to buy me a skateboard. Like, nigga, let me come skate with y'all. And so, you know, with band, you know what I'm saying? I'm really into the clothing and shit like that. So that type of skate wear and shit like that, I'm gonna try to, you know, refuse hip hop and X Games type shit. You feel me? So
That's
what's up.
fire.
Yep.
That's fire. I still can't ollie to this day.
Detroit niggas.
I still can't ollie to this day.
Ollie.
To this fucking day, I can't ollie.
Yo, hey, ollie still ain't easy. Feel me? But
Nah.
I can do it now. I'm back now.
I could barely manual back then.
Come on, hey Ian, get aboard, man. Come skate with the guys, man. We're gonna get you back right.
Yeah, he'll have to do it because my fat ass will split one quick.
Yeah, we gonna have to get you a bike.
It's about a bike.
Them days is done too. Them days is done too. My ass is too big. No matter what seat I get, that shit hurts.
I'm scared that if I fall, that I might break something, and I just can't afford to do that. So,
Can't afford to not record.
bro, come on. Come on.
And that's the other thing. Niggas is getting too old out here.
Yeah.
Bones hurt.
Trust me, bro. I be aching daily off the skateboard shit. Busting my ass.
What's up? So, what's in the future, if y'all don't mind speaking about that, as far as music?
Almost two. So I know y'all can't see it, but that whole paper is filled up with projects that I'm dropping with different producers between probably like now and my birthday, which is in March. And that's at least, how many is on there? Probably like 12 or 13 with different producers and shit. So,
Okay.
a lot.
Yeah.
I'm usually I'm usually one of them niggas like I want to tell niggas what's coming so they can be hype about it. But now I'm trying to be one of the secretive niggas. I'm trying to just drop on niggas so they can be super duper surprised. You know?
Yeah, work on
one cat out the bag right now, but I don't know.
Nah, well, you could do that. I mean, you could give us an exclusive, but I would say work on different strategic rollouts for each project. That's what I would suggest, if anything. You know, like give a couple secret joints that you just slid out there, like yo, and then just hit them with it at a show or something when the world opens back up for shows.
Of course,
you know. But yeah, man. I mean, give us a little exclusive then.
All right. Like, which one should I? All right. I think. So, since we talked about the Swan Transfigured, you know what I mean? Just for the people who tuned in, if you're not tuned in, you ain't gonna know anyway. Me and Tone Beast gonna drop another joint for my niggas, you know what I mean, this year. You know what I mean? We're working on that as we speak, so that's in the works, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Volume 2 is dropping. Don't Stand Too Close. Volume 2. That's the last volume.
6 feet, nigga.
Come on, 8 tracks still. It's special. Indeed, it is. I have some special guests on there.
Gotta go for real.
Very special, right? Very special guests on there. So yeah, and then yeah, I think that's what's upcoming right now. Then I have an EP with Tay Beast, out in LA, you know, in-house producer
TDE.
Tay Beast, also one of my favorite producers. So you know that's still a crazy moment for me that we even doing this right now. But him and Nick, over at True Studios in LA, we have a tape coming out as well.
Nice. Now, speaking on Tay Beats and TDE, did that spawn from you being on Reason's Flick It Up remix?
Yeah, honestly, okay, yeah. So that, now I was already following Tay Beats, of course. So I was already following him, and a lot of the TDE, members already, all of them, but like other affiliates. And he, the challenge came up, and then he followed me back. I think either the day of the challenge, like he posted me, or sometime after. And then he followed me, and then he didn't hit me up until like maybe July. It's like sometime in July, and then that's when he was like, "Yo, basically, let's work." And so that was very full circle moment.
Nice.
Come on. Fucking Tay Beats, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, early Kendrick Lamar, that's when I started paying attention to him and the rest of the Digiphonics producers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soundwave, all of them. Like, they're like some of my favorite producers, like most inspiring producers to me.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely a blessing.
Cool. So, tell the people, where they can reach out, listen to your music, support your music, speak to you on social media.
Yo,
my name is Dango Forlaine. Listen, nigga, you can listen to my shit on.
Nah.
Bro.
We on all platforms, but I prefer niggas to go to my Bandcamp. Look up Dango Forlaine, DANGO FORLAINE. You feel me? On Bandcamp. And that way you can support me almost directly. There's still a third party, but you know what I mean? That's the more direct way to support me. But all my music is on all platforms, you know what I'm saying? Deezer, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all that shit, Amazon, you feel me? I mean, not everything on there, but you can get a good chunk, you know what I mean? And follow me on Instagram. That's my shit. I be on Instagram all day. Move.
Yeah, mine is, all my social medias are Dear Junii, DEARJUNII, Dear Junii. And then my music is on all platforms under Junii, JUNII.
June.
Shout out to Clone. Yeah, so Junii.
That's what's up. I appreciate y'all. Dan, you got anything?
Nah, man, I'm saluting y'all, man. Part of the wave that's been going on in the group the past couple of days was people debating the whole hip hop is dead notion. And to that, you think the culture's dead, kill yourself, especially when it comes to music, because we got two young artists like this that are putting out dope, fire content that
absolutely
we are co-signing that y'all need to be listening to for sure. We're going to make sure we get some of y'all content, and hopefully this video will get it up on the HHDG Media website. It's already in our group, so you guys will be able to go back and listen to it. Everybody who's a member of the group who's not in the live, shout outs to everybody in the lives tonight. To follow me, to follow us, like I said, hit up hhdgmedia.com. Go become a member there on the website. We got a lot of things coming up. You could also follow my podcast and stuff, the Start at 5 podcast. You can find it at thestar5podcast.com. Find me on Instagram. So y'all should be seeing again soon a friend request from the Start5_podcast. That's the Instagram. We're on Twitter, but I say fuck Twitter, so I'm not giving that handle out. And yeah, it's everything HHDG Media Incorporated. Got a lot of shit coming to you very, very soon. Ian, it's on you to close it out.
Yeah.
Wiki, as usual, I appreciate our guest tonight, Dango Forlaine Junii.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you.
I'll be spreading those links later on, because I'm sure there's going to be people more interested.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all coming through tonight.
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed night.
Peace.
Peace, everyone.
Come on, shout out to Clone, Baba.